Here's a quick roundup of my favorite beauty products of 2020. I've loved seeing so many other roundup product videos, and I've spotted quite a few things that I would like to try out in 2021. So I thought I would just go through my stash and share with you the products that I use the most of the time, the things that have been with me pretty much every single day throughout 2020. You know, some of them I've used for years and years. They're very much part of my routine on a day-to-day basis. But then of course there have been some lovely 2020 discoveries as well. So let's just dive straight in, shall we? Let's just dive in, shall we? This is the Heliocare Sunscreen that I use. Heliocare as a brand I have used for years and years. If we don't know each other, I am originally from South Africa myself, and over there Heliocare is probably the top brand recommended and prescribed from dermatologists and skincare clinics and beauty salons and so on. So very, very popular. I know also here in the UK as well. My preferred option since it came out is the mineral fluid option. It's an SPF 50, it's got UVA and UVB protection, so it's broad spectrum, which is what you want when it comes to your sunscreen. It's a very light fluid consistency, as it says on the package. It absorbs really fast and it's got a lovely moisturizing effect. Those are two of the things that I really love about it. When it comes to, especially on my face, sunscreen wise, I definitely don't want anything that I'm gonna feel like it's clogging my pores or that it's gonna make my skin oily in any way. So with this one, I feel like I get the right balance of moisturizing that doesn't make my skin too oily. And then of course my makeup goes on really lovely afterwards as well. The other thing that I like about it is at this point in my life, in my mid-40s, I've got some proper lines, especially here under my eyes, developing. So I really want something that's not going to kind of cake and sit there. And I feel with the Heliocare sunscreen that gives me that option as well, so it doesn't kind of, it just absorbs, and also it gives that moisturizing effect under my eyes as well. So then the foundation goes on really smoothly afterwards. They last a long time, even with reapplying, and I usually have a little bit on my hands as well, so I've got a few lying around and one in my handbag usually as well. Sticking with sun protection and face and so on, this has been a new discovery for me this year. A very popular brand as well, I know, and I know a lot of people love this very much, and these are the It Cosmetics CC creams. Now at this point, my skin has kind of balanced itself out in some ways. My skin is a lot less oily than it has been in the past. I don't tend to get full-on breakouts, but I am currently in menopause, so I do struggle with hormonal things that just things that come out and just kind of sit there for a long time. So I definitely don't want anything that's gonna clog my pores in any way. But it's this particular CC cream, I started looking into it when we were in lockdown, and it was obviously we were going into summer here in the UK. The weather was really lovely, but I wanted protection, sun protection, but not all the coverage that I would usually have with using foundation on a day-to-day basis. So I discovered these. I got both because I wasn't sure which one I was gonna like, and I just wanted to try it out basically. So this is the one in the turquoise tub is the oil-free version. This is a broad spectrum option. This is your UVA and UVB protection, this particular one. The oil-free matte version, pore minimizing full coverage cream. For me, this is actually like a foundation. I don't feel like I need anything else on top of this. The coverage is really good. For me personally, I love a more matte coverage, so I really love this one very, very much. kind of more illuminated glowy makeup and foundation always looks so pretty on somebody else for me, but personally I just prefer more of a matte version. If your skin is normal to dry, to the dry side, this is not going to feel good for you. This is definitely oil free. Great option for combination to oily and oily skin. Now the CC Cream Factor 50, it only says UVB, so it doesn't have the UVA and UVB protection, but you still get Factor 50 UVB protection. This is color correcting full coverage cream, hydrating anti-aging concealer. For me, this is also like a foundation, really. It's really great for convenience, I feel. I try and do a lot of walking here where I live in Bath in England, so I love going for my walks, and I usually put this on. I just go out early in the morning, so I put this on and I get the coverage, I get protection to a degree of SPF 50 UVB, and the hydration, the moisturizing effect. So I love a hybrid product. I love products that do more than one thing, so this is very, very convenient. What I did is, before I bought this particular one, I bought the baby version, the travel size. So if you want to check it out and you just want to try it out first and see, maybe check out the shade and so on, this is definitely a good option. So, but something I would definitely repurchase. My favorite, actually, my ideal combination is I mix the two together, because in that way, for me, I just feel like that's my perfect consistency and actually shade, because I got this in medium and then this one in neutral medium, just to see how they compare. So yeah, definitely a repurchase for me. These are definitely here to stay. Sticking with the face still is something I use pretty much every day, is foundation, if I don't just use my CC creams. And I was looking at my stash of foundation, of which I have a lot. I tend to buy a lot of foundation and eyeshadows. Those are my two big beauty purchases. So I actually went through and I looked at a video that I made last year, IGTV, of my favorite beauty product of 2019, and it seems like it stood the test of time because it's still here. This is my Armani Power Fabric foundation. I just love it. I love it. When it comes to the higher end foundations, the more expensive ones, this is definitely my favorite. I love the Armani, I love the Charlotte Tilbury foundations, they are wonderful, and also my Bobbi Brown foundations. I'm a very, very big fan, but if I have to choose one out of the higher end foundations that I have, it's this one. I know they took a very, very long time to get this particular formulation perfect before they launched it, and I just love the way it goes on. It's giving that full coverage but without weighing down your skin, and it's got some sort of almost like a powdery finish, but it doesn't, I don't want to misrepresent it, because it's not like it doesn't make your skin look dry and powdery. That's not at all what I mean by that. It's more like it's just a non-oily finish. It's just beautiful. I'm struggling for words to actually describe the finish, but I just absolutely love it. The coverage is absolutely brilliant. So very much firm favorite. It's staying, it's not going anywhere. My shade is shade 6. I know a lot of people love the Armani Luminous Silk. It's also absolutely beautiful, but for me it's a bit too illuminating actually for my preference. This is definitely my favorite. I'm just thinking maybe I should mix the two and actually see what that would look like. There's an idea. I might actually try that out at some point. Sticking with the foundations though, is a brand that I discovered this year, and I'm so glad, because I love the brand, I love the founder. She said hello on Instagram and we kind of just hit it off, and I'm so glad that we've connected. And the person that I'm talking to is the wonderful lady behind Talk London. Toyin is the founder. She's just a gorgeous human being and brand owner, founder, entrepreneur, businesswoman, and this is her Flawless Filter foundation. And Talk London stands for the Women of Colour, and Toyin kindly matched me with colour 60. This is my shade, but she's got a whole range of shades on the website that you can check out. And so when I finished my first bottle, I've since repurchased myself, and for me the coverage again is very much, it's got good coverage. I just prefer proper coverage. You just need so little to actually cover your whole face. It's a beautiful consistency, it lasts forever, and it's just a beautiful product. It's nowhere near as expensive as some of the higher end brands. I think it's more kind of between the 15-16 pound mark from memory. I'm sorry, I should have checked that before I came on. But this product as well is absolutely here to stay. It's actually what I've got on right now. I use this many days, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. So go and check out Talk London. Right, next up is, we're still on the face. This is an oldie for me. I've been using this for many years. I always feel like I'm missing out, but this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Extra Black Mascara, and the reason why I'm saying I feel like I'm missing out is I often see adverts and launches for new mascaras, and then I go and try it out because I feel like I don't want to miss anything, but then I try something, nothing compares to this particular one, and I always come back. So obviously the brush is very important, and I hope you can see there, but it's almost got these little spiky, can you call them bristles? They're more like these little spikes almost, little plastic spiky things. What I love about it is like really close to the lash line. You can get almost like in between individual lashes. For me, this just does it all. It's the volumizing, lifting, the lengthening, and of course I love the extra black colour. So always come back to this one. I know I will try other ones in the future because I love trying new products, but absolutely I can't see myself giving up on this one. It's here to stay for many more years to come. And then at some point in the year, I can't remember when now, the hype around the Pillow Talk lipstick and so on just intrigued me because a nude lip is so beautiful. For me, it always looks so beautiful on somebody else, and it's also my preferred colour. I get a bit nervous around very bright colours on my lips. I do use them, but it's not kind of high up on my list. So I got the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Kit. This is the Pillow Talk lip gloss, the pencil and the lipstick. And for me, it really is as lovely as they said it would be. I absolutely love it. It's just, for me, absolutely perfect day-to-day shade. But I also thought I would mention, as I was searching for a nude shade that would work for me, I also discovered the L'Oreal Beige Anew, which is the beige and then letter A and then new, N-U. I hope I'm saying that right. So the Beige Anew lip pencil and the lipstick from L'Oreal, and I thought they actually come really close to the Pillow Talk. If you look at them there together, I mean, once they're on, it's extremely hard to tell the difference. So I don't like dupes. I don't like using the word dupes at all. So that's not, I wouldn't say this is a dupe per se. But if you are maybe watching from a country where you can't buy Charlotte Tilbury, or you're looking for a more budget-friendly option perhaps, then the L'Oreal Beige Anew is going to get you very close to that lovely nude shade. But I mean, almost every range has lovely nude shades. So anyway, I just thought this one is pretty close for me anyway. Saying all of this, I'm just looking at what I've got in front of me because I touched up just before I hit the record button. So what I'm using at what I'm wearing at the moment is actually not the Pillow Talk. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat, and this is Crazy in Love is the lip pencil, and the Duchess lipstick, because I just needed a little bit more colour. The nude didn't show up very well on camera, so this is the this is the Duchess lipstick. So yeah, these two, also a lovely combination together. I'm sticking with the face still, just so we finish that bit. The other one that I picked up is, this was probably a couple of years ago, I think. I went to London for the day for some meetings, and I realised I left my my makeup bag at home, so I had to quickly run into Boots in Paddington Station and just get a few bits. So I picked up this Rimmel Sculpting palette, and it was just really perfect because I could just put some foundation on and then do a little bit of highlighting, a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush. I'll show you. So I've had quite a few of these now. I can't remember actually how many. Just so convenient, so convenient. I love my Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow palette as well, very, very much, but it does miss a bit of blusher in there. If only they would just make the three, that would be incredible. But I've actually bought these two now, so I've got these two. So it's Rimmel. This is the darker version is the golden bronze, and then the lighter version is coral glow. So this is this sculpting palette, and what I love about it is, well, it lasts absolutely forever. It's a great price point, obviously, but I also use it on my eyes. So that's actually what I've got on my face at the moment. I've got the Talk London foundation, and I've got the Rimmel, which one is this? The golden bronze on my eyes. So usually what I do is I do my face with it, a little teeny bit of sculpting or whatever. Then I go in with a highlighter over my lid. I go in with the bronzer just in the fold, in the crease, and then I do a little bit of the blusher just on the inner corners, and that's my eye makeup. So it's so quick. It's really super quick. It takes minutes. Fantastic. So definitely a wonderful discovery for me. I use these a lot. Always have some in my handbag in case I need it. So yeah, very high up on my list of good purchases. And right, next up, something I use every night, not particularly every day, but this is my silk pillowcase. I've got a mix of silk pillowcases and satin pillowcases, and now I know in the big scheme of things there are just so many more important things in this life than what pillowcase you sleep on, and the preference between silk and satin and cotton pillowcases, so completely acknowledge that. But it's just, since I tried out sleeping on these, I feel it's really made a difference for me in terms of how my skin and my hair feels. I just really, it just feels less dehydrated, and it just overall, it just feels like a more gentle feel when I go to sleep. I just feel that it's better for my skin and my hair overall. Obviously nothing wrong with a cotton pillowcase, it's just a personal preference, but I was just looking at things that I use every day, and this one is a big part of my routine, and I see it as part of my skincare routine, really. I'm actually looking to make some of my own. I love it that much. So whether it's silk or satin, I think they're both good. I also don't think you need to spend a lot of money on very expensive brands. If you can and you want to, then obviously that's fantastic, but you don't really have to. There are a lot more affordable brands around if you want to check it out first and see if it is actually for you. But I'm never without mine. They go traveling with me. I take them everywhere. So that is one of my other favorites. Right, let's move on to, we're on to the last three. So hair wise this year, This was a new discovery for me way back in January. Actually, January, I think it was 2018 or 19 now. But anyways, in South Africa, my lovely friend Janine, who is a hairdresser in South Africa, and she won Hairdresser of the Year in South Africa, and she's just gorgeous. She introduced me to this brand. They're not as big in the UK yet, I think, but they are obviously growing, and you can buy on their website, and they do ship here and so on. So hopefully whenever I can get to South Africa, I'm going to massively stock up. So the brand that I'm talking about is called Serena Key, and this is their hair oil. I also have the shampoo. This is the purple shampoo. I just got this out of the shower to show you. I use the purple shampoo for my highlights, to make them, to stop them from going kind of yellow. And then this is the superstar for me in the whole setup, really, is the Pure African Shea Butter Damage Repair. This is a deep conditioning treatment. So all the products are sulfate, phosphate, paraben free, if you're interested in that. But this product is the one that makes me feel like I just come out of a salon. It is absolutely incredible. I can never ever make my hair look like I've come out of a salon. That is just beyond my capabilities. But when I use this, my hair definitely feels like I've just come out of a salon and had an amazing treatment. It's absolutely gorgeous. They also do a lighter version of this in case you've got very fine, thin hair, so that the deep conditioning treatment doesn't weigh it down too much. And they have shampoos and conditioners in all different types, but amazing discovery for me. I hope they do really, really well. I just absolutely love it. So massive repurchase for me. This has been such a lovely savior, hair savior, especially through lockdown and stuff, when because like obviously no highlights, no cut or anything for many months. So I've loved this. Can't wait to get some more. Right, we're on to the second last product, and this is actually one of my own. I couldn't obviously put all my products in here. I love them all equally, but I think this is like choosing a favorite child, which I just can't really do. But this is my number one right now. We're working on some exciting stuff behind the scenes. But this is the Radiance Reveal Cleansing Balm that we launched in January 2020. And it's just been an incredibly popular product. Right here, right now, we're actually sold out. So we will be back in stock early 2021. If you're on the waiting list, you can get on the waiting list via the product page on the website. Then you will be the first to know. But this beauty has made a lot of people very happy over the last year. I know that for sure. We've had incredible feedback. I know of customers who bought 4 pots at a time and bought up to 10, 11, 12 pots while we were in stock, and I'm so grateful for that. It's just a beautiful pot of loveliness. It's been called all sorts of spa in a jar, bliss in a jar, happiness in a jar, sunshine in a jar, just the loveliest names. And you can see there it's just a pot of beautiful oils. This lovely beautiful yellow color comes mainly from the sea buckthorn oil. I'll just show you here on my hand. It just goes on beautifully. It's got lovely slip. I mean, sometimes I just stand there when I do my evening skincare routine especially, and I just keep massaging because I don't want it to stop. And the smell is absolutely, as I'm sitting here, I know smell can be so subjective, but I know so many people buy it because one of the things they love most is actually the smell. And for me, a product has to be absolutely functional, and it must work, and it must be effective, and those things are absolutely key, obviously, but I think when it comes to something like a cleansing balm, I certainly want something a little bit extra. I really need it to smell really, really good, because it's not just about cleaning my face. It's just about taking it some time out, just taking a moment, taking a breath. And I think using the cleansing balm, it just gives you all of that. And then of course, once you add the water, it emulsifies beautifully, which is exactly what you want. You want the light, watery, white emulsion on your face, because then it rinses off really quickly. You don't want to be left with a layer of oil on your face. That's not what we want. So it rinses off beautifully as well, and then of course your skin's beautiful and soft and lovely and ready for the next steps in your routine. So I just couldn't do my roundup without this. I am absolutely in love with this product. I think that's a good thing though. If you make your own products and you're a bit obsessed with it, that's a really good thing. So we will be back in stock soon if you want to check it out, and I'm very excited about that. I get all nervous when I start running out. So that's my second last beauty year of 2020. It's given me very, very many happy moments throughout the year. I love using it so much. Right, we're on to the last one now. So maybe, as you can gather, smell is really important to me. I don't know about you, but it's just a very evocative thing for me. It's something, I guess it's like music. As soon as you smell something, it takes you back to a time in your life, maybe a person, a moment, an event, and that's certainly what it does for me. And so my final product is actually my perfume. And this is the Narciso Rodriguez. I've got the perfume and the eau de toilette. It's the Narciso Rodriguez original fragrance that they launched first. I think this must have been 2003 or 4, so many years that I've had this and I've been using it. I remember I was a social worker in London at the time it came out. I think it was actually not, I know it just launched in England anyway, and I walked into House of Fraser in Oxford Street in London, and the smell just totally, I just fell in love with it on the spot. And the lovely shop assistant gave me one of the smelly stick things, and I smelled it. I just thought I would not eat for the week, but I am going to buy this. I absolutely did not have money to spend on luxuries at the time, but I'm so glad I did. And I haven't been without it since. Absolutely not. It's my #1 duty-free purchase whenever I go anywhere, so I always make sure that I'm stocked up. But I think it's a beautiful thing if you find a fragrance that you really love. I do have other perfumes, but this is my one. It's been with me through some of the darkest days, divorce, funerals, but also on the most beautiful, my best days, wedding, and it's just and all the days in between, really. And especially in 2020, there were many days that let's face it, they were really hard, same as for you and all of us, really. And once I put this on, I always feel just a little bit better. I always feel like I'm not quite dressed unless I have my perfume on. So this is the one. So there you have it. These are my favorite products. They're not just kind of a roundup of new things and then you know, there's going to be lots of other ones at the end of next year. I can probably assure you there's going to be quite a few of these if I do another one in 2021. They're not just my favorites, they are my heroes every day. And I just feel very grateful that I can have them. I think beauty is a big part of my life. It is such a personal thing. It just means different things to all of us. For me, it's a lot of lovely moments and just taking me somewhere else sometimes, which is just really lovely. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I just realised it's the 31st of December and I'm sitting here with bare shoulders, of course. It is absolutely freezing outside, but the heating in my office, I've turned it up full blast because I'm not good with cold, and it ended up being so warm that I actually had to take my long sleeve top off when I started filming. So yeah, that's it really. So we are probably going to go out for a little walk, make the most of the last day of 2021's sunshine. It's very cold, but it's lovely outside. But I just want to say thanks again for being here. I want to wish you all the very best for 2021. And let's hold on to all the good things that I really deeply, deeply believe with all my heart that's gonna come and that are coming our way. And just sending you lots and lots of love wherever you are. And we'll speak again very soon. Bye for now.